Here we go. Hey, everybody. Tina Hogan Grant here with a new show. It's a spinoff from my Cuppa and Natter with authors. And I'm trying something new. We're doing a Cuppa and a Natter with readers. And Diane here, she is my first volunteer to be my first guest, a reader from my group. So Diane, how are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm doing good. So is this the first time you've gone live?
Yes.
It is. How are you feeling? Okay?
I'm feeling fine. I mean, it's a little nervous, but I'll get through. I'll get through it.
I look at it like you're in my home. We're having a cup of tea, and we're doing a little chit chat. For anyone that's joining us, this is Diane Wright. She is in my group, Read More Books. She's a reader. And like I said, this is a new show that I'm doing with Cuppa and Natter with readers. And I see Karen is here. And she says, Diane, you've got this.
Well, how
Doing good. But if you have any questions for Diane, put them up in the comments. And I'll let Diane see them. But Diane, where are you from?
St. Pete, Florida.
St. Pete, Florida. And how long have you lived in Florida?
30 years.
Oh, you've been in there a long time.
Yes. Too long. You want to go back home.
No, I hear a lot of people are moving to Florida.
Well, it's okay in the wintertime. Well, I shouldn't say that because anything below 70 here is cold to us.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. We walk around in 70-degree weather with sweatpants and sweatshirts on.
Oh my! I'm in California. We get the heat too, but I didn't realize that the Florida people, 7 degrees was cold.
Oh yes.
My dad.
It wasn't at first when I first moved down here. The first times I came down here to visit my parents, it was during Christmas time, and it was maybe 65, 70, and I wanted to go to the beach.
Right.
And my parents had been down here for a while, and my father looked at me and says, "You're crazy." I said, "Dad, I just got down here from 3 feet of snow. I want to see the beach."
You want to see the beach?
So we went to the beach, and it was cold, but I survived.
Oh, wow. I remember when I moved over here from England, and it was like December, and I went into the ocean. Because in England, it's cold, so I'm used to the cold when I first came over here. Right. And the water was like 55 degrees, and people couldn't believe I was swimming in the ocean, but to me, that was warm.
Right.
Because in England, any kind of ocean never gets above 50 degrees.
It's cold. It's cold.
But my dad used to live in Orlando, Florida for a while. So I did visit Florida many, many years ago. He took me to, is it Disneyland or Disney World you have in Florida?
Disney World.
Disney World. He took me there, and he also took me to NASA.
Right. That's farther down at Cape Canaveral.
Yeah.
Farther down from us.
But I was young. I was like 15 or 16, but I had a great time. I did. I love the beaches over there because the sand is almost white.
Not anymore.
Oh, no?
No. Right now, we can't go near our beaches.
Why?
Because of the red tide.
Oh.
The red tide has come in, and if you've got a breathing problem, anything, you can't go near the beach because
you can't go in it. And probably the water too. You can't go in the water.
No, you can't go in the water either.
Oh wow. Okay, I'm going to say hello to a few people that are here joining us. Some of these people you might know. Can you see the comments?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so Lori Chasco is here. She says hello. Crystal Santoro, she says hey. Wendy Visman, she says hello. And I'm seeing a few Facebook users. That tells me you're in my group and you didn't click on the blue link above the video because you're in my group, which is private. I need you to give StreamYard permission for me to see your name. It's only in my group because the group is private. If you are on my author page, you don't need to give me permission because it's public. Sherry Barone is here. She says hello. And Teresa Moye, she is here. She says hello. So Diane, are you married, family?
I'm divorced. I've been divorced now for, I would say, a good 30 years.
Okay, and you told me before we went live that you told your daughter that you're going to go live.
Right. I just have the one daughter, and she lives maybe 20 feet from me.
Oh, that's nice. She's so high.
Right, because she didn't want me to live alone. We originally lived in St. Pete.
Uh-huh.
She moved to Clearwater, and that's, even though it's not that far, it takes over an hour to get there.
That's far then. That's far. You know?
Well, it's not more than 10 miles, but it takes an hour just to get there.
Because of the traffic, huh?
No, right, because of the traffic. So she says, Ma, see if you can find an apartment close to us. Well, she wanted to put me in a seniors complex. I don't consider myself a senior.
No.
I never will. I'll never consider myself a senior. So I said, no, I'll find, and I happened to find this one really close to her, and
that's great.
Working out fine. We don't interfere in each other's lives. Her days off from work, she'll call me. We'll go over and have lunch together. Or before the pandemic, we used to go to the mall or go to Target, do something mother and daughtery.
I love it.
We don't, because she doesn't want me going out.
Because of COVID.
Because of COVID.
Are you in Florida? Is it opening up yet with no masks or anything like that?
Some places are. Like her place of business has gone no mask, but she still wears one for the simple fact that she is immune compromised.
Okay.
She got the vaccine, but she's still not safe. She told me this morning on her way to work that yesterday she went to Publix and to Target without her mask on.
Okay.
This is the first time in over a year that she's done this.
And she has her shots, right?
Yeah, she had the shot, but she's still not comfortable.
Okay, well that's the thing. You do it what works for you.
Well,
you know, and
she had her mask with her, and she says, Ma, it was strange at first, but she said, hey, I got over it.
There you go.
I had to do what I had to do, so it's...
What about you? And now I'm sure you've been in lockdown for quite a while with your age.
Yes. There was only one place I went to when this lockdown first started, and that was to Mattress Firm, because I had to have a new mattress. I had a saggy mattress, and my back was killing me. That was the one and only place I went. I mean, I've gone to family outings, but we've all had masks on. So, I mean,
the family outings are probably a lifesaver. Are you going out now? Are you going out a little bit now?
No.
No, not yet. Not ready. Not yet.
No, I haven't gotten my shot, and I want to, but yet I don't want to.
Yeah, you're probably nervous.
I'm very nervous because I mean, I've seen so many things happen. I really should get it because we almost lost my younger brother at the beginning of the pandemic.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he got it pretty bad. He's got to the point where he doesn't even go out. He won't even go to family functions.
Oh wow.
That's how bad he is. I mean, but no, it's.
But he's doing a little better now.
He's doing much better now, according to his daughter. He's doing much better. But as far as going to family functions or anything, no, he won't venture out. He won't venture out at all.
Okay, well,
but, yeah.
all in good time. Hopefully, he will. You know.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
And then Virgie Lane says she has family in Crystal City. Do you know where that is?
I believe that's up north. As I said, I don't do too much traveling other than within my own area when I did travel around.
Right. Yeah.
I believe that's up north, up in Pasco County.
Up north. Okay.
Yeah, farther up north of us. But no, I mean, there's so many places around here that I don't know of.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, I live in California, and there's a ton of places I don't know. I'm in Southern California.
Yeah.
But if you go, north, I know the big cities, but smaller little towns, no, I don't know.
No, you don't. You don't know.
You don't
I have
know.
a question for you.
Me? Okay.
I read your Cammy Mello series.
All three of them?
All three of them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm interested in, have you ever been to Maine for the lobstering?
We have not. Now, here in California, our lobsters are different. We don't have the claws. They're called spiny lobsters. They don't have claws, so they're completely different to the Maine lobsters. And I believe the Maine lobsters you can fish all year round. but in California,
I don't remember if you can or not. I don't really
remember. Only for 6 months, but I've never been to Maine for the Lobster Fest or whatever they have up there. But I should.
Oh man,
I've
been up there. I mean, I've been to Massachusetts, to the Rockport, where it definitely is. Actually, Rockport is the codfish area, but I've been up in Maine because I grew up in New England. So
okay.
Going to Maine, it was no big deal.
Okay. I visited Cape Cod.
Right.
And I thought that was beautiful.
Oh, it's fantastic over there.
It's gorgeous.
The best part of Cape Cod, and people think I'm crazy, is Providence Town. That's on the very, very tip.
Why would they think you crazy?
Because it's an LBG.
Oh, okay. Well,
I mean, at first, when a couple of my family members came out, I was kind of iffy about it. But my daughter got me into watching RuPaul's Drag Race, and I've got one niece that's very, very close to me that is a lesbian, and no problem whatsoever with it. But Providence Town is the place for it.
That's the place to be, huh?
Yeah, the place to be. But any place really on the Cape. The only place that I don't like is Martha's Vineyard. For the simple fact that, let me put it this way, the rich snobs live there.
Yeah, there you go.
The rich snobs live there.
That's an honest answer.
On that. That's how I can put it.
That's an honest answer. And of course, you're in my group. Mm-hmm. That's where you saw me doing about the Cuppa. How long have you been in my group?
I don't know. As I said, when I emailed you to talk to you about this, it was the first time that I actually dug into your site.
Okay.
I never read any of your books, but Restless got me hooked onto that series.
Oh, good. Well, thank you.
That I read it 3 days straight.
All 3 of books in 3 days?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I'm going to take that as a compliment.
So, I mean, because I could relate to some of the things, like the lobstering and other things that you have put into that story.
Right. And you know that it's based on my life.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of why it hit me, knowing that it was part of your life that you were willing to expose to us.
Yeah, because I wanted to reach out, especially with Reckless Beginnings, I wanted to reach out to other women that were going through, being involved with someone that's an addict and giving them a voice, because you really don't hear from them. You just don't.
No, you don't, because they're afraid to say anything.
They're afraid to speak out. They're silenced by the addict. Right. And this book gives them a voice, and it also gives them hope. That you really do not have to settle. You do have choices, and if it gets too bad or for whatever reason, then you pretty much want your life back. There is a way to do it.
Right.
And that's pretty much the message I was trying to give these other women. So, well, thank you so much for reading my books.
And as I said, it was the first time reading them, so I said, why not? I'll be the first guinea pig to go into this.
I love it. Do you have a favorite genre? When you read, do you have a favorite genre that you like?
It depends on what mood I'm in. I like the historical romances, but I don't like the ones that have been out there now where we've got the Duke seduces a woman like this. I like the actual historical.
Okay, with the facts. With the actual facts.
With Philippia Gregory writes.
Okay.
All right. I truly like her books.
Okay. I'll give you my next question. What author do you like? So you just answered that question too.
Stephen King. Anything by Stephen King.
Really? You like horror books?
Yes.
I'm a chicken.
Oh no. It's once you start reading him and understanding his way of thinking, it's not that hard to go into.
Right. I did read some of his earlier books when I was in my teens. Yeah. I read like The Shining, Cujo, the earlier ones, but I haven't read any of his books in at least 20 years.
His later books are rather hard to get into. You've got to really be able to concentrate. But his earlier books, Salem's Lot, Cujo, which was a rather strange book for me to read. Let's put it this way.
I thought it was weird too.
The Shining. I won't watch his movies though.
I was going to ask you, do you, after you read the book, do you watch a movie? But you don't. Have you watched any of his movies?
Years ago, I took my sister, she's I'd say about 14, her and a group of girls to see Carrie. I sat there through the whole movie getting punched in the ribs because I was voicing my opinion about this movie. My sister said, "You're never taking me to another movie again if you read the book." I said, "Hey, what can I do? I mean, I pull up the movie apart. I do it all the time."
Well, yeah, the thing is with a movie, they take out so much of the book.
Right,
or they completely change it.
They do. So, I mean, and then I like Patricia Sands.
Okay, I like her.
Because of her trips to France. It actually puts me right there in France.
And the place that have you visited France in real life? Have you?
No. My bedroom has the Eiffel Tower sheets, Eiffel Tower curtains. I'm in the process of trying to make an Eiffel Tower Afghan, but I don't think I'll ever attempt to do it.
Oh, you might never say never.
No, it's hard to do. But yeah, I like her. Betty Lee Crosby, because of her emotional aspect of her story, and especially Barbara Claypole White. I like her books because of her dealings with the OCD.
Oh, I don't think I've read her. I've not read her.
Give her a try.
I will.
She, as I said, she writes considerably about OCD. Her only son, Zach, has the OCD. And at first, it was hard to get into. It was sad. But she has one that I really enjoyed, and that was The Unfinished Garden.
I'm going to write it down. Unfinished Garden.
It's about this young man that has the OCD with dirt. He meets up with this woman and a young boy, and this woman has a garden. And she tries to get him to go out to work in the garden. Well, he has the OCD about cleanliness. He won't get his hands dirty.
Oh, okay.
But to make a long story short, he finally does because of the little boy. But that was a good one. I really liked that one.
I'll check that one out. What was her name again?
Unfinished Garden.
And the author, what was her name?
Barbara Claypole White.
I'll definitely check it out. I'm always looking for new stuff to read.
And then there's another one, Mary J. Rose. The one who wrote.
I've heard of her. I'm not sure if I've read her. If I see the cover, I would know. I'm terrible that way.
The Lost Tiara, Cartier's Hope. It's usually about some type of a jewel that she writes about. It depends on what mood I'm in as far as what book I pick up.
Yeah. It sounds like you read a lot.
Oh, I do.
Do you do the Goodreads challenge? Do you set yourself goals? You do?
Yes, I do. I'm almost to this year's goal. But I haven't been able to do too much reading for the simple fact that I broke my reading glasses. I have to venture out to get new glasses. My Kindle died. Which were and so I loaded the Kindle Cloud Reader on my laptop, but I don't like it because I can't. It gives me a regular book.
Yeah. Do you read regular paperbacks at all?
Oh, I have a bookcase that is loaded with books. When I moved down here, I literally had to give away over 100 books. The only books that came with me were my Stephen King books. And everybody thought I was crazy.
That's it.
Taking my Stephen. I said, nope. I worked too hard to get these books. I'm not giving them up.
No, hang on to them. They mean that much to you.
And another author that I like, I haven't read in a while, is Anne Rice.
I like her. I've read a few of her books, but don't ask me the titles because it's been a while.
Well, I did a lot of research on ones I've read. The Witching Hour series, Lestat, Interview with a Vampire. That was another good one. As I said, it depends
on your mood and what you like. That makes sense. Well, someone wrote here. Okay, so what was your goal for Goodreads? And you said you're almost there.
I set it low. I think it was 25, and I think it's about 20 now.
Oh, for the whole year?
For the whole year.
And we're in June.
Because so I've been going to school too, so that takes up part of my time.
Oh, what are you doing in school?
I'm going for my BA in business management.
Good for you.
My family thinks I'm crazy.
I know. I think it's fantastic.
But this state, I don't have to pay for school. The state pays for it.
I love it. I think it's fantastic. Good for you.
And it's been rough. It was rough first going back, but my daughter approves of it because it's keeping my mind active.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as your mind is active, you will not get the...
It'll keep you young. I'm with reading. Okay, so you read. Do you have any other hobbies besides reading?
I crochet. I'm in the process of making a baby blanket for my daughter's girlfriend. I made myself a cape. Made my own pattern for a cape. As I said, I'm trying to make that blanket for my bed, and I've taught myself all this.
That's great.
Because my mom didn't have the patience to teach me.
But we can all figure it out. We put our minds to it. And Karen, she said here somewhere, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. Right. I saw her comment, but I don't know where it is now. And then Virgie Lane says, Goodreads, 100. Here she goes. 114 books this year already. My goal is 250. I cannot set goals. Not when it comes to reading, because my reading time is so limited.
Right.
So,
as I said, it's been rather hard for me to read now because I don't have my reading glasses.
You don't have your reading glasses.
And
I'm sure you miss it, though.
I do. My daughter goes, well, go to the audiobooks. No. I don't like anybody reading to me because it puts me to sleep. I started listening to Anne of Green Gable because I just wanted to see what it was like. And there wasn't anything on TV that night, so I started listening to it. And no, that girl would drive me insane if I had to live with her, the way she goes on and on and on with her descriptives of everything.
I tried audio, and I just lose concentration.
Oh, no.
I just can't do it.
A lot of the other authors that I talk to on Facebook do it with their cleaning, of gardening, walking. No, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Right.
If I can't sit down and read visually.
The crochet sounds good. I did crochet a few years before I started writing. I tried crochet, and I did do a blanket, but I can never ever follow a pattern. Do you use patterns? On
some things I do. We'll use
it just doesn't make any sense to me. So my hat's off to you for figuring out the patterns, because I cannot.
I've done hats for the Children's Hospital one year. I did about 20 hats for them. I'm attempting to do a granny square.
I don't know what that is.
Good, I'm glad you don't, because
I do not know what that is.
And I have known around because my grandmother, my mom's middle sister, and my mom both crocheted. They never taught me.
And you taught yourself.
I taught myself. And the granny square is hard. That I have to follow a pattern.
Really? Because I do patterns and it makes no sense. It's just a bunch of numbers. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Once I got the pattern down for the hats,
you got it.
Within an hour's time, I had a hat made. I had over 20 hats made for the Children's Hospital.
Wow.
Down here. So it was the Ronald McDonald's house that I made them for. And they've been asking me to do it again. But with school and everything, it's been kind of rough because I've had papers that I've had to write, and
Right.
I don't like writing papers, but I've managed.
I want to look at some of these comments. Virgie Lane says she learned to crochet from YouTube, now giving a try on quilting. You quilt?
No, my sister does. My sister does beautiful quilting, and she does cross stitch.
I've seen some beautiful quilts and something I'd always loved to learn. And I actually, this is before I started writing books, but I actually bought everything I needed to learn quilting. I got the sewing machine, the books, whatever. But I still haven't gotten around to trying it. But I've seen some beautiful quilts.
My mother asked me one year when my daughter and I went on our own what I wanted for my birthday. Well, she was taking her sewing machine with her. I said, get me a sewing machine. That sewing machine is still sitting in the closet. I mean, I have a hard time threading the needle. My daughter also has got all these things for the quilting, that she wanted to do it. She's never done any of it. So I've got all this stuff sitting in my closet that belongs to her. She says, Mom, why can't you use the sewing machine? I said, you come over here and use it. You try using it.
He's only 20 feet away.
And then I had a dog that any loud noise, Sammy, the one we just lost,
right,
would go absolutely crazy. The vacuum cleaner, I literally had to lock him in the bathroom in order to vacuum my rug.
So you can vacuum. My Jack Russell used to attack my vacuum.
Because he would attack the vacuum cleaner. Yeah. But once he got deaf, it was fine. He couldn't hear it. He couldn't hear it.
Oh, Lord. Vicky Fassetti, you probably recognize some of these names from the group, but she says, I knit hats for the preemies in the hospital right here.
Right.
That's really nice. I like that. Do you do the preemies too? I never thought about.
Once I finish this Afghan, this blanket for my daughter's girlfriend, I intend to make a hat for the baby. Awesome. So I mean, the hats go easy. They're not that complicated to make. I mean, it's just in the round. But
we have a lot of crafters. Here's another one. Marcy Joe, I make crazy quilts out of shirts as memory blankets. That's a cool idea.
Well, my sister has done that for my older brother. She made also
That's
for my
great
older
idea.
brother. What is this? The Victory quilt, because he's a serviceman. She's made her son-in-law the Victory quilt. So, as I said, my sister is very handy, very crafty. It skipped me because I forget it.
You're not very crafty.
No, I'm not very. If I have to, I'll do it.
You have to. But there's a lot. And Raina, she says, I crochet an Afghan and baby blankets. She said it's fun. I'd love to get back in. You know what I like to do? I mean, my thing is time, but what I used to love to do too is jigsaw puzzles. I mean, real jigsaw puzzles, not online or anything like that. You ever done jigsaw puzzles?
I've done them, and when you've got me hooked on the one you do every day.
Those are fun. I like making them. I love finding the images and making them. So you enjoy those?
The one that was the hardest was the black and white one.
A lot of people say that because there's no colors to compare or find pieces to.
That was the hardest one to do. Today, for the first time, I just wasn't in the mood to work on the blanket this morning. I did your crossword puzzle.
Oh, okay. Is it hard?
With no clues, yes, because I love doing crossword puzzles, but I like them with the clues.
Oh, yeah. But see, I love puzzles. And in that group, you're going to find a lot of puzzles or games because it's a part of me. I mean, yes, it is a reading group and we talk about books, but I like to give it, diversify and do other stuff too.
Oh, yeah, it's,
Yeah,
I mean, hey, that's what groups are for, to bring out.
It's not just all about books. And because I like any kind of puzzles, whether it be word puzzles, picture puzzles, find images, puzzles, I love all of that stuff.
The only one that I can't do is that Suko.
I don't like that either. The number.
The number one. My daughter looked at it and whoops, it's done.
Yeah, I don't like
you. You brat you. But no, I don't like that. I like the word puzzles, the jigsaw puzzles that you do.
Right.
And I got a Disney one that she had bought when she was living with me, and we started putting it together, but then we were in the process of moving, so we took it apart, so it's still sitting in the box not being done. So, but it's just, I have to be in the mood to do something.
You do, but I love the fact that you're going to school. I mean, you're keeping active. And Virgil Lane says she got a degree in 2006. I don't see the comment now, but it did catch my eye. So I think he's great. I mean, it just keeps you active, keeps you young, like you said. And the reading, I think he's brilliant. I really do. You know?
But as I said, I have nothing else to do. I mean, other than sit here and drink coffee and get fat.
Nah, you're doing fantastic. You really are. But I told you it's going to be about 30 minutes for these chats. Okay. And can you believe it's already past 30 minutes?
I know it.
See, I told you it was going to go by quick. And how do you like doing the chat?
I love it. I love it. I'll do it again. Do more.
Perfect. Because I'm going to try this once a month for now, just to see how it goes. So people that are watching, now you can see how this Cuppa and Natter with readers is going to go. It's just a nice casual chat, like Diane is in my home. We talk about whatever comes to mind. I love your input with your crafts that you do and the puzzles and everything that you like. So we're going to try this once a month. But because, by the way, thank you for being the first guest. You did brilliant. I think you're fantastic. I really do. You're sweet. And what I like too is that I get to talk to you guys and meet you. And actually, when I see you now in the group, I can vision you. Oh, that's Diane. I know Diane really well now.
Yeah, well.
Because you're on here as a chat, I did promise you that you're going to get a signed paperback. So you get to choose. Now, you've already read, but you're more than welcome to have a paperback of your choice. There's these three. Now, this one, if you choose Reckless Beginnings, where we go? This one. No, that one. No, that one. It's going to have a different cover because I now have the rights to this book and I'm putting it up again under my name. So there's this one, or book 2, which is this one, Better Endings, or book 3, The Reunions, or if you don't mind a little bit of steamy, that's my other series. We got Slater. Yep. Eve is book 2, or Claire. You get to pick anyone you want, and you'll also get bookmarks and the magnet. Which one do you want? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
I think I'll start with Claire.
You want to do Claire? That's book 3 of that series.
No, well, the book 1 of that series.
That will be. Now you're okay with a little bit of steam?
Yes. I haven't read steam in a while, so why not?
Okay. So there you go. And like it still has a story. It's not all steam. So if you have a hard time with the steam, just bypass that. It's still got a good story to it. Okay. Then one lucky viewer that is here live is going to get a $5 Amazon gift card too. That I will pick in a little bit. But Diane, this has been a blast. I think
it has been.
It has. I think you did fantastic. Everybody here, thank you so much for supporting Diane. She is our first guest, and I want to do this once a month for now. If we pick it up and we get more people volunteering to do a live, 30 minutes, if it goes beyond, I'm fine with it. But I think 30 minutes is a good time. And we all get to, meet each other from the group and talk about what we like, which is books and hobbies and whatever comes to mind.
Right.
So there we go. Okay. All right, guys, I'm going to end it. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'll announce the winner for the gift card in a little bit. And I'm going to post probably around the weekend another post for someone to volunteer for next month, for the month of July.
I'm not doing it again, girls.
What?
I'm not doing it again. Somebody else do it.
Someone else is going to do it, but we're going to do it once a month for now. All right. Bye. You stay online for a little bit, Diane.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.